Newsflash, nobody knows your flaws the same way that you do, which is why you doubt yourself a lot more than you should. Let's get into it. Because we often can feel this desire and this need to be perfect, to put out this perfectly crafted image, and oh no, it's not good enough. You've been working on this painting for 3 months straight, but you're like, no, it's not good enough. So I'm gonna throw it in the trash and start all over again. You filmed a movie and you're like, no, there's one bad scene in there. Let me throw the whole thing out because people are going to notice that one bad scene and not the rest of the movie. The reality is, you're the only one who knows your flaws as much as you know your flaws. And I put flaws in air quotes right there because a lot of the things that we believe are bad or broken or flawed about us are actually what makes us beautiful. Great example. So, for those who are new to my content, my name is Lawrence. I'm a youth empowerment speaker, and I've spent the last 4 years specializing in helping teens and young adults build self love, confidence, and overall a positive outlook on life. And if those subjects are of interest to you, you can find my books as well as one on one consultations, the ability to donate to the channel to support me, as well as if you are a podcast host who would like to interview me, you are a school principal, or you have some sort of organization that works with teens and young adults to help them to become better, you can contact me at my email address below. And growing up in this social media era, we see so many hyper edited, look at how much money I have, look at my car, look at my girlfriend, look at all the stuff I have. We see this picture perfect image that people put out there. We don't see the behind the scenes. We don't see the editing. We don't see the part where they stutter. We don't see the part where the microphone gets unplugged and they got to re record the video. That happened to me earlier today. We don't see other people's flaws and we start to judge our entire movie off of their highlight reel. We judge our whole life off of their photo. I've seen people who were like looking miserable. I've seen people at events and they're just like staring at the phone, they're off in the corner. But when they bust out their camera, they're like, hey guys, how's your day going? And they act all hype and goofy on the camera. But in reality, they're not like that. I've seen it with my own eyes, which is why I don't edit my videos. Because I want people to know that as much as my clips and the parts where I'm like just flowing with it, as great as those are, I'm human. I take out the trash just like anybody else. I ride the train. I am human, okay? Do not look at me and think I'm so far ahead of you. No, I'm just an example. I'm just an example of somebody who had the audacity to go out there and take action on his dream and take action on his goals. And you can do that too. You can do that too. But when we start to obsess over our flaws, great example of this. Mid sentence, you're going to notice I'll start talking and then I'm like, and then I get back to talking. I used to be really insecure of that. I used to think, oh, but it's so flawed and it's so bad and people are going to think it's weird and I sound so unprofessional. But I've actually had people tell me that they kind of find that interesting about me, where it shows I'm not reading off a script. Like, I do these videos off the top of my head, actually. Yeah, I go in with a subject in mind and a few bullet points, but I don't read off a script. You guys are just getting my natural flow state. And the thing that we believe are flaws about ourselves are actually what make us unique. For example, maybe it's your voice. I used to be insecure about how mid sentence my voice would just go like this, and then it'll sometimes go like this, and it'll just randomly happen. I used to be insecure about so many things, but in a way, maybe for you, your voice is your singing. Like you're insecure about posting that music clip. You might have the voice of an angel, but you're so self critical that you're like, no, I need to re record it. I need to re record it. I need to re record it. And you never put it out there. Or it could be art. Like you've made a painting and it's absolutely beautiful. Like it's wonderful. But because the finger in one of the hands is slightly off, you throw the whole thing in the trash. But here's the funny thing: nobody notices your flaws as much as you do. Nobody is as critical of you as you are of yourself. Nobody is as hyper analytical of you as you are of yourself. So, if you learn how to stop being such a big hater to yourself, you're actually going to realize you're a lot better than you think you are. It's called the Dunning Kruger effect. People who are really smart think they're dumb, and people who are really dumb think they're smart. And it's because the smarter you become, the more talented and better you become at anything, the more hyper analytical you are of yourself. For example, someone in the NBA will obsess over their jump shot or their three pointer, and they'll spend like 15 hours a day dribbling a basketball. Kobe Bryant used to do that. He would spend like the whole day dribbling and doing three pointers over and over and over and over and over and over to perfect his craft. And because of that, he would notice things about himself like, oh, my pinky was 1 degree off, my wrist was slightly off, my hip rotation, my forearm extension. Stuff that you would not even think of, he would think of that because he would obsess over it. And that's a positive example of it. But on the negative side would be the person who's like, it's never good enough. I'm never good enough. I'm never good enough. And that can lead you to being very judgmental of yourself. You don't want to do that. On the other extreme side is the person who thinks they know everything, the person who thinks they're so much better than they really are, but they ignore the reality that, hey, if you were really as good as you think you are, you would be in the NBA or something. Now, of course, there's like a process and there's team selection and marketability and all types of different things that go into it, but hopefully you guys understood what I mean. So, what I want you to get from this is that no matter how much you judge yourself, nobody judges you as much as you judge yourself. Nobody knows that I have like weirdly long toes. Nobody knows that about me unless you like see my feet, which none of you have because that I don't stand up in my videos 99% of the time, and I'm always wearing shoes. So nobody would know that. And the metaphor I was trying to get at with that was we all have things that we consider flaws or weird or strange about us that nobody else knows about. And even if they saw it, they wouldn't pay attention to it because nobody judges you as much as you judge yourself. Nobody judges you as much as you judge yourself. So instead of judging ourselves and saying it'll never be good enough, how about we switch that to how can I become better? How can I improve? How can I build my skill level more? How can I achieve bigger and better things? Not to say that what we've done so far isn't good enough, but let's take it to an even higher level. Like, okay, you made it to the high school basketball team. Congrats. Okay, you made it to D1. Congrats. Clap for yourself, cheer, have a party. But how about we make it to the NBA? And then we'll make it to the NBA. How about we come number one in the world? Like, how about instead of just becoming good, we become great? And instead of becoming great, we become excellent. And instead of becoming excellent, we become exceptional. Like, we become the standard. Not to say that we measure up to somebody's standard. No, I want to be so good at what I do that I am the standard that everyone else gets measured to. That may sound a little egotistical, but hey, you got to believe in yourself. If you're not your own biggest supporter, who will be? If you don't look in that mirror and say, I'm proud of you, Lawrence. I love you, Lawrence. Good job, Lawrence. We really out here doing it, Lawrence. If you don't do that, who gonna do that? Because you spend 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a year with you. When you wake up, you're with you. When you're asleep, you're with you. When you're born, you're with you. When you die, you're with you. And that's why we become so self critical of ourselves because we know every single thing about ourselves. We know every single flaw, every single perfection, and the world will try to tell you focus on your flaws, focus on how you're not good enough, focus on how bad you are because they're going to try to sell you something. Okay? Think of it this way. Oh, if you just buy this makeup, now you'll be pretty. If you just buy this, then people will like you. If you buy these shoes, you buy this product, you buy this thing, then people will like you. And I mean, then again, it's a little ironic of me to say that because I sell books on how to build self love and confidence and self worth. Of course, I'm biased. I think my books are fantastic. The people who have read them say they're fantastic. The reviews say they're fantastic, but that's for a different time, okay? And then again, I do sell other things like courses, products, etc. But I'm not out here trying to say, $900 course on drop shipping. No, I'm trying to actually help you. But back to the point. Because of how much time we spend around ourselves, we know so much about ourselves and we start to overthink it. We're like, no, but it's not good enough. It's never good enough. But what if it is? What if you're just measuring yourself to the perfectionist standard when in reality you're actually a lot better than you think you are? Your flaws aren't flaws, they're called being human. Your flaws aren't flaws, they're called being a person. You're not a robot. You're not a perfect AI model. You are not this flawless being. And that's the beauty of it. Because the thing that you think makes you flawed, the thing that you think makes you weird or makes you odd or different or strange, that's the beautiful thing about you. Like the way I talk in a very bouncy way. Like you can correlate the way I sound to like bouncing a ball. And as I'm talking, I'm like kind of bouncing with my words. And then there's other times when I'm like flowing and I'm drifting through the wind. It's kind of beautiful. But I used to be so insecure of that. I used to think it made me weird that people would make fun of me for it. But now, people have messaged me things like, my voice is what makes them want to listen to my videos. Because they're like, it's kind of relaxing, but it's also exciting. And then it's attention grabbing. And then he's like smiling the whole time. um, so just remember, you're not broken. You're not flawed. You're human. Stop judging yourself so harshly. Be a little nicer to yourself. Realize that you are worthy. You matter and you have a place in this world. And on that note, I hope you have a wonderful, blessed, lovely day. If you're interested in purchasing my books or donating, support a brother, you can find my books as well as my Cash App below. If you're interested in having me in for a speaking engagement or interviewing me on your podcast, my email address is also below, including my social media links. Have a wonderful, fantastic, blessed day. Remember, love yourself and remember, you matter.